Whatever this delusion is that you guys will ever be able to compete with me, let go of it.
Salute, MobTube. How's everybody doing tonight? Let's see here. I was going to play some music first, but I just wanted to get started. My ass is killing me, to say the least. Let's see. It is Friday the 13th, absolutely. My mom reminded me earlier. I didn't even realize it. Miss Can't Be Wrong, Maddie G, Yizzo, Sally, Bobby Barbarian, Albaz, Dave, Angela's Right Nut, Mikhail 1, Nico IRA on Facebook. Same to you, my friend. South Philly Tony, Sadie Gray. Hey now. Let me see. Jane Creek, dude. Yeah. Got to throw a little Lee in there. D. Gainey, good, man. I hope you're doing well. Rick the Tank says present. Nice. Doing roll call here. Michael Hensley, we love you too. No freaking ZD now. Yizzo Gang for life. That's right, my friend. Cat. Chris Capello. Robert B. I probably shouted out Cat twice. That's all right, though. Joe Vega Donuts. Crypto Crotch. Batchelder Street. Don FBS. Nice. Is that right, Jesse Roth? I don't think I have lucky numbers, to be honest with you. Nembers, as Lee would call them. OC, what up, what up? Who else we got? I think that's it. I think I shouted everybody out. You know, Joe Root, for some reason, must be something about your name. You're the one person who I'm never really sure if I already shouted out or not. I mean, there's other people too. It happens with damn near everybody at one point or another, but it's almost an everyday goddamn occurrence with you. I can't fucking remember if I shouted you out. So, guys, I want to get started tonight. That's right, Nico IRA. Sorry. I want to get started tonight talking about the Dominic Cicale, Joey Merlino thing. So I hope that doesn't bore anybody. But I'll tell you why. I was out today, as usual. I'm always out doing something. And I listened to Dominic's stream from today. And I got some opinions. You know, I do. I definitely have opinions. And I'm going to express those because I'm FBS and that's what I do. Danny Green, $20. What's good, FBS? Match people match. Well, thank you, Danny Green. And let me just say, in case anybody doesn't know, Danny Green is one of the biggest sponsors of this show. Okay, he sits on the board of directors and they make the decisions, not me, them. So if any of them super chat and say match, you know, the rest of you guys are kind of, you know, almost obligated, you know, to match. Just want to say that. Maverick, good evening. I took some notes because I wanted to be able to go point by point. And I got to tell you the truth, guys. I like doing this. I do. I like doing this. I was thinking about it today. And hopefully, you know, it's not boring for anyone. I think you guys probably enjoy it. I mean, what? Didn't I do the same thing last night, I think? Yeah. Well, it was last night, right? And I held a pretty good audience, about 170 people. Just talking about this stuff. So, you know, is it going to get the same numbers as trashing people all day? Probably not. But for the first time, I'm taking notes about something specific. Not the first time. The first time in a long time. I'm taking notes about something like this I want to speak about, which is really not destructive in any way. You know, it's kind of a more of a positive thing to be doing, I guess, with my channel. You know, rather than taking notes on like, you know, one of my enemies' shows where they're trashing me and I'm writing, you know, point by point what they said so I can go back at them. I'm putting that to better use, I guess you could say. And I'm doing it with this situation, with Dom and Joey. Hold on. Oh shit! Well, happy early birthday, my friend, Sam the Man. I saw you ask the question on Dom's show, right? A Hellraiser marathon sounds great. Well, there you go. Do it. Saw my shadow today, so 6 more weeks of Halloween. See, I stinky vegan Irish lot lizard. So it's Friday night, I gave it about an hour's notice. We only have 87 people, so it's probably going to take a while to get, a decent sized crowd here, but that's all right. I want to talk about some of this stuff because I think it's pretty funny. And, I got to say, I kind of like Dom now. I do. I mean, he's, at first I thought he was super boring because he's very monotone and stuff. And you guys know how I feel about the mob content, as in the telling of stories and stuff. It's just not really for me anymore because I have no interest in it, But talking about things that are going on, I always love doing that. I could do it with damn near anything. I'll tell you the truth. I'd love to be doing it about politics. But there's just way too much fucking drama right there, when it comes to that. So this is a, I guess, well, I'll tell you the way Dom said it today. Hold on. Dom said he doesn't mind riding Joey Merlino's wave, meaning for views and clicks and to make money on YouTube. And I don't mind riding both of their waves. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I see it. This is what I've always done anyway, was, commented on the shit going on YouTube, except usually it's about me. Now I could talk about some other people's beef, without it getting too fucking ugly or anything. So, by the way, about, now, you know what? I don't think you could get me that interview, I stinky vegan Irish lot lizard. So I'm going to have to pass. But thanks for the offer. As far as Israel and Palestine, wait a minute. South Philly Tony, you're talking up my alley. Snuff is a close friend of my family, and Joey is a friend I grew up with, and Steve and his brother. Oh, okay, cool, South Philly Tony. Nice. Then maybe you'll like this stream, maybe you won't. I really have nothing bad to say about anybody on either side. I just like to give my opinions. Don Berlin, he left me a note for you guys a few days ago. And everybody, please, I don't pray. I have my own way of doing things. I basically hope for people's safety, okay? That's why, which is honestly pretty much what praying is. Except you're kind of asking somebody else for assistance when you're praying. But if you pray and you want to send prayers Don Berlin's way, I'm sure he'd appreciate it. He is obviously in a lot of danger right now and has been, for several days now, He's in a lot of danger a lot, but of course, it's worse now. I'm sure you guys can imagine. And he is our friend, and we love him. So if you guys can, if you pray for him. If you're an atheist like me, send positive vibes. Let me see if I want to read this. The only reason I haven't is because I know how YouTube is about this stuff. All right. I'm going to read it to you, okay? And it's pretty graphic. So here we go. I'm going to edit it to the best of my ability. To all my friends supporting our mission in Israel, our firmest partner in the Middle East, the state of Israel, was attacked by a cruel enemy who blank children, women, and men in cold blood in their beds. They took captive babies, mothers, and older people. On the eve of a holiday, they are proud that they have attacked prosperous and peace-loving villages of farmers and looted their homes. They, another word that starts with an M, children who were celebrating at a nature party and calling their crimes a victory. This is not a victory. It is darkness fighting light. We who are working the Israeli mission are once again in a difficult time. We here know how to fight our friends. We here know how to fight for our friends' lives, and we will never abandon any Jewish child. This is our way. We are appealing to you. Please remember this day, even later in the war. Remember who started the massacre. This is where, let me see if I want to read this part. I gotta be careful of, protecting my channel. Yeah, I don't know what I can say and what I can't say, so let me just see if there's let me jump to this part. When the war turns and we promise you that our Israeli partners and the United States, this is confusing. When the war turns and we promise you that our Israeli partners and the United States will turn it. Oh, okay. Let me do that again. When the war turns, now I lost it. This is what I do for my friends. When the war turns and we promise you that our Israeli partners and the United States will turn it and Gaza will absorb the losses, remember that we go into this war with a heavy heart, with no desire to kill innocents, and with no choice in the face of those who something against us. I can't see that word. I think that's it. I don't know. Oh, those who come against us. There you go. Sorry, I did my best, guys. I had to take screenshots of it in pieces because it's long. And I always hate reading other people's fucking words. But I just wanted to do that because that is from our good friend Don Berlin. Yeah, man. Yeah, he's Don is quite often in very, very dangerous situations, but this, of course, is worse than usual. Hope. Wait a minute. You are and will always be the bad guy. Hope for hope. Thank you, bro. Yes, I know. And thank you. If I didn't get back to you earlier, thank you, Dave, for reminding me. I wasn't thinking about coming on here and defending myself about anything today, but just in case I might have, decided to take that turn, it's good that you had texted me, because it's a reminder that I have no right to defend myself. So thank you, Dave. I appreciate you very much. Carlos, what's up, bro? Carlos C. Pronounce it. Timothy Sullivan. All right, let's get into this Joey and Dom thing. Sorry, there's a Don and there's a Dom. Let's get into the Dom thing. Let's hope I have a better luck with reading my notes than I did with reading Don's message. Now, I forgot about this. So yesterday, Joey Merlino said that if Dom or Gene ever went to a real penitentiary, they would both be pregnant within a month. Now, that was just fucking funny, okay? That was funny as a motherfucker. I forgot. That might have been that other line I was looking for yesterday when I couldn't remember what else it was Joey said. I think it was, actually. I'm not sure, though. I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Good to know, Sam the Man. But today, Dom came out and made it clear that he started out, I guess, meaning, maybe his first bid or something. Hey, Lisa Marie, in Lewisburg, which, Joey had mentioned USP Beaumont, USP McCreary, and a couple of other places. But Lewisburg, as we know, that's no joke. That's a rough fucking place. Do I know compared to Beaumont or McCreary or any of the other places he named? I wasn't there, but I know Lewisburg is no fucking walk in the park. So Dom brought that up today, and he made it clear that he was no punk in there. He's no punk in general, and I believe him on that. I believe Dom is a tough guy, without a doubt, and I wouldn't be surprised if he did really go out in the yard like that and face a beef by himself, even though he could have had help from the other Italians. So I'll give him credit for that. But that line from Joey was fucking hilarious. They would both be pregnant. He made a good point about the Jerry Capisci articles. Now, I wanted to talk about this because, and we could talk about other stuff after this, guys. I just want to go over this. Talk about whatever you want, really, as long as it's not a whole bunch of drama and shit. Oh, is that right? You're the only one, CI Stinky Vegan Irish Lot Lizard. Nobody else ever. Portland, Maine, huh? Yeah. I don't know if anybody understands that joke, but Tony Pizza said before that he had done time in a federal prison in Maine, and there's no federal prison in Maine. At least I don't believe there is. I think we looked into it. Wait, let me see now. Now I have to... Bloody Beaumont, is that right? Now I have to check. No. Yeah, there's no federal prison in Maine. South Philly Tony, it's what he said. Joey is really a funny and fun guy to be around. Dom is just out of Joey's league. What do you mean? In which way? You mean meaning Dom is bigger or smaller, so to speak? Merlino was rocking the Louis Vuitton hockey sweater, $1,700. Honestly, it was pretty ugly though. Yeah, I didn't like that shirt at all. I didn't like it. Well, I am to an extent. I don't even really consider it that. I'm just basically talking about, I guess last night a little bit. But I'm just really commenting on 2 YouTube shows, But we could talk about that stuff from time to time. I don't mind. He was in Shawshank, him and his gang, the sisters. Yes, the sisters. Boy, were they trying to fuck Andy Dufresne. Anthony, I think Dom would beat up Sonny Money, and Sonny would still wouldn't rat or complain. I'm assuming this is Sonny. I don't know. Beaumont is an entirely different animal than Lewisburg. Yeah, I don't know shit about Beaumont, honestly. I have friends that have been in many federal prisons. I don't know anything about Beaumont. Is that right? Well, I'm going to tell you something, Stevie F, that I was told, okay? See, that's what happens. That's why when we talked about the John Gotti thing, like Angel and her family take such offense to it, but it's not, and I'm not saying John Gotti had to pay off the Aryan Brotherhood, okay? But if he did, he was in Marion. There wasn't a whole lot of fucking guys there. Mob guys and shit, I mean, especially compared to the Aryan fucking Brotherhood. The fuck was he supposed to do? What are you going to do? You're going to get abused all day long because you're outnumbered? No, I mean, that's why. Do I think John Gotti paid the Aryan Brotherhood? Of course. Why wouldn't I? But it doesn't matter in the long run because it doesn't make him a punk or a pussy or anything else. It makes him a guy who wants to survive. And Joey, he may very well have paid off the gangs in Beaumont. I'll just say this, that I was locked up with a guy named Rob, who was he was one of the first guys to ever do the smash and grabs with jewelry stores. Him and his crew, and there's articles about them everywhere. They would fucking go all over the country and stake out, jewelry stores that had certain items they were looking for, mainly Rolexes. And I'm talking about Rolexes for the most part that were 50,000 or more, you know? So they would do this everywhere. They did it Philly, New York, New Jersey. They did it all over New England. They did it down south, and they did it. Where was not Cali? I'm trying to remember where the last one they did, the last big one was. I don't remember exactly. It wasn't Cali, that's for sure. I don't remember. But anyway, that's what they did. And, when I got out, I looked up the articles about him and I read the stories, and everything he told me was 100% true. And he did 12 years in the feds. They had gotten caught doing, I believe, their last job. And, after they got caught for that, obviously, the pieces of the puzzle came together with other stores around the country, descriptions fit, because they had a whole system how they would do this. And, the guy going in the store wouldn't wear a mask. He would just go in dressed in a suit, looking like a businessman. He would look around for the watches to see exactly where they are. And then he would, walkie-talkie out to a guy. Well, a crew of guys in a van and tell them come in. And then the guys would come in. He would walk away from where he was standing once they saw him, and then they would smash the fucking glass, take the Rolexes. And they had Russians in Philly. Like, these guys, they were all from North Philly, and they had the Russians that they would sell, these watches to. They would fence them to. They'd get half, whatever the watch cost. And these guys were making fucking hundreds of thousands of fucking dollars. Anyway, he was in Terre Haute, which I think that's how you pronounce it. I know some people say Terre Haute. That's just not how it's spelled. So I'm going to go with Terre Haute. Okay. He was, I don't remember if he himself was in there or if his friends were in there, but somehow or another, he had information, firsthand information, whatever, that, that Joey was protected by a lot of the Philly guys, black guys, from Philly. The JBM, shit like that. And that's who he had. That's who, and just Philly guys in general had his back, regardless of race or ethnicity, nationality, they all had his back. Now, I don't know about a place like Beaumont. I don't know, because they might not have had many Philly guys in there. But as for Terry Out, that was his, I guess you could say, protection. Joey Merlino. Joey Merlino had those guys looking out for him. Let's see, guys. 165 people. Don't be afraid to donate. It is Friday. It's payday. Hopefully it's payday for FBS, too. Merlino would admit that he paid the guy just to have peace and an easier bid. Fact. Well, why not? Why not? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Yeah, Miss can't be wrong, for real. Imagine being in there and you don't have the resources to pay for that. Let me look at some comments and I'll move on. Oh, yeah. I don't even want to talk about that dude, but yeah, I know. Funny shit. Yes, he was, Slug. I'd pay for protection. I am spoiled. I wouldn't do well in the joint. Yeah, I hear that. South Philly Tony Gamster Wish. I don't know anything about Dom, but is that supposed to be Gangster Wish? I'm not sure. But Joey wouldn't think twice about anything with Dom, because I believe he thinks he's not anything close to where Joey is in the life. I don't know. What do I know? Yeah, I'm having a little bit of trouble understanding what you mean, but they just fined $5 million worth of merchandise, shoes, etc. in Lyons, Illinois. Is that right? Wow. I had a couple of Capisci Sammy fanboys pissed at me over the Capisci F. Lee Bailey story. Oh, is that right? Yeah, you're always gonna get that. Can't do anything without somebody being pissed off. Yeah, Sam, I know. Let me just get through these comments and then, yeah, that's not how I pronounce it. I pronounce it the way it's spelled. I've heard Terry Hote too, yeah. Matty G, Beaumont prisoners in Texas, FBS. Oh, is that right? Most dangerous thing to do is wait for it, step 1 foot in a mother's erection. Oh, here we go. JJ, you of all people. That was you that used to get me to fucking play that all the time. I don't know what Anthony's saying. Is Anthony here to talk shit? I'm assuming he is. Okay. Anyway, let me move on. So, I don't even remember what got us into all that now. Where the fuck were we? I think we're just talking about the prisons and shit. Yeah, I don't believe, I don't believe Joey's a punk. I don't believe Dom's a punk at all by any stretch of the imagination. Neither one of them would have gotten to where, they were or are if they were punks, I don't see it being the case for either one of them. Well, it depends. Which one, Timothy? The one in Philly or the one in Florida? The one in Florida is pretty good. Only about 400 grand. But before the C word, in Florida, before a few years ago, you could have a fucking mansion for 400 grand right on the fucking beach. Oh, shit. Happy birthday, Midwest Mafia Productions. Good to see you, bro. I hope you had a great fucking day, and I hope you have a great weekend. $10 super sticker. Look at what a guy. This guy gives me $10 on his birthday. You're an amazing man, my friend. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh. Cat D, $10. Let's make it rain in here. Match. Well, thank you, Cat D. And as you guys know, Cat D is one of the biggest sponsors of this show. Gene Burrell used to shine my shoes. Is that right, CI Stinky Vegan Irish Lot Lizard? For Dom, like him or not, rat or not, he's no dummy, and he certainly knows the in and outs of the life he was part of. Yeah. Yeah, of course. And, I think a comparison between the two, which maybe is what South Philly Tony was talking about. I don't know if you could compare the two. I mean, Dom was a pretty powerful guy himself, and he was, he was a captain, I believe, right? Was he? No, I don't remember. I don't know Dom's story that well, but he wasn't a boss. Joey was a boss, and I know, like Gene said, oh, but it's the 5 families, and Philadelphia is like this little thing, and not really. Not really. That Philly war and everything else he fought through and won was no fucking joke. And the Philly family is not really. I mean, they're. So I heard George Anastasia say the other day that they're as big now as they ever were. I don't believe that. But what do I know? He certainly knows more than me. Either way, Joey was a boss, As far as people respecting him, outside of Philly, what the fuck do I know? Yeah, he was a captain. Yeah, I thought so. I second guess myself a lot because everything I say, every fucking word I utter is, or mutter, whatever the fuck. See, like that is watched by thousands of people who like to fucking nitpick at every little thing I fucking do. Anyway, yeah, Joey's a boss. That's it. That's all there is to it. Whether he's still a boss or not, that's up for debate. For us people who don't know for sure, but my feelings on that. I think he is. Sven Larson, DKK89 trying a match, but anyway, here goes. Hey, that's better than a match. That's like $13. Thank you. Sven Larson, you're the man, bro. South Philly Tony, Snuff is a great guy. There's not one guy I know that has anything bad to say about him. Snuff is the type of young guy who shows respect to anyone he comes across. My wife worked with him. No, he seems like a good guy, that dude. I just, my only comment I made about him is that he talks over Joey a lot, but not as much as that Angelo dude. That guy really does. Yeah. But I mean, like today, like Dom is saying, he and I want to go point by point with the shit I wrote down, but it don't matter. He says that Joey is not, he could walk the streets of New York, but nobody in the five families would ever sit with him again. I don't know if I believe that. I mean, do I believe that fucking Joey might be looked down upon by the five families for being on here talking? Yeah, I believe that, but I don't know if that means nobody will ever sit with him again. This again, this is 2023. It's not 1983. I mean, coming from you, this makes sense, but not really. They certainly, we're not since the Scarfo era. We're not, anything near what they were during the Scarfo era or even before. But they were not a glorified crew. I don't think so. I don't think so. Uh, Let me see here. Oh, he made a point about the Jerry Capisci articles. This is what I think I was trying to get to before, and I started reading fucking comments. Now, the Chris Pacello story was in a Gangland News article. It's Jerry Capisci, right? And, it talked about Chris Pacello basically punking Joey Merlino, and Joey disputed this and said that's not what happened, and basically wrote it off as a bullshit story because of who wrote it. But then, and I didn't know where he heard the story about Dom, robbing his grandmother. But Joey was, I guess, citing an article written by Jerry Capisci, whatever the fuck it is. We'll go with Capisci. Okay. Uh, uh, he was basically citing an article from him from Gangland News saying that this story about Dom is true, about him robbing his grandmother. So he made a point about that because that's the kind of shit I look for when people are debating and stuff. You know what I mean? You can't have it both ways. Is what the guy writes bullshit or is it not bullshit? You know? And if you're just saying that article specifically was bullshit, then I wouldn't even, name who wrote it or the organization because it doesn't really matter. If you believe other stuff they write has credibility, doesn't even really matter. Jesse Roth gifted one fat bald Sicilian mob tube membership. Thank you, Jesse. Who got it? My ass is killing me, guys. This fucking tailbone is getting worse, man. I almost couldn't fucking drive today. Cat. Oh, nice. Cat got it. Congrats, Cat, and thank you, Jesse. Yeah, I'm telling you, I couldn't even drive today. I mean, I drove, but barely. My fucking ass. My tailbone has to be broken. I don't know why the fuck they didn't x-ray my tailbone. I went through my x-rays yesterday. They x-rayed everything, but not that. They just told me if it's broken, it's just like my nose. There's nothing I could do about it. That shit fucking hurts, man. What the fuck did that come on for? It's causing me a lot of fucking issues, man. I swear to God. I think the ground might have done more damage to me than any of the people involved in the actual event, Girls cry. FBS, do you think wise guys are in contact with writers like Capisci? Merlino mentioned Capisci calling him out. You mean after the Pacello article? How would Capisci get Joey's number? And that's a good fucking point. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I do. I think they talk to him. Yeah. Does Joey? I don't know, but good fucking point, Unless maybe, Joey's always been open to stuff like that more than most mob guys, especially bosses, interviews and shit like that, talking to the news and stuff. So the press, whatever. Who knows if maybe, he's in regular contact with them. But I think wise guys in general, definitely. Yeah, because everybody is worried about what's being written about them. Everybody. You see it on here on such a small level, but like something is said about somebody and the guy has to fucking answer it. And I'm guilty of that for the longest fucking time, and they have to give their side. And that's the same thing with anybody. It's human fucking nature. Wise guys are no different. If they know that a story's about to be written by Capisci, and let's be honest, if anything happens in the mob, period, it's going to be written by him, or it's going to be written by him, written about by him. Jesus fuck. Then they might want to get a hold of him first, or even after the fact, after the article's written and correct some shit. You know, so I would believe it 100% that wise guys talk to him. Yep. Mark the Narc. Well, you might be right. Which one are you talking about? Instead of being a fucking smartass and being a jerk off, cocksucker, why don't you just tell me what I'm wrong about, you fucking douchebag? Uh, well, you got to get fucking smart. Did I fucking say that I read the shit? Jesus fucking Christ. And by the way, I hope you're talking about the Dominic Cicale one, because I absolutely read the fucking Chris Pacello one. I could damn near quote it to you fucking word for word. And that was an article. So, why people got to be dicks in life? Why? This is probably one of those people who hates my fucking guts but watches me every fucking waking moment. We'll see what he has to say if he responds. Don says the feds are watching. Yeah, they are. Or Dom, I'm sorry. Dom says the feds are watching. They're watching. You know, I told you guys that. They're watching us and we ain't shit. But with Joey on here, oh my fucking God. I wouldn't doubt if they've got they got at least an agent, if not a squad of agents, a fucking task force, watching every single word Joey Merlino says. Every single word. Well, to an extent, you're probably right, Girls Cry. You know, well, he flipped a pretty long time ago. When did he get out? 2012, I think, something like that. But still, you know, they all, you know, any guy who cooperated with the FBI, no matter how far out of the program they are, or just out of prison, if even if they didn't enter the program at any given point, yeah, they have contacts in the FBI and stuff, sure. Which is probably not a, you know, that probably, I'm glad you said that, because that makes me think that's probably another reason not to fuck with, you know, some of these guys if you're still active, you know? Oh my God, see, I stinky vegan lot lizard. Look what you're trying to start. It was in the newspaper about Cicale, and there was bank records and other things to support Merlino's claims. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. That's all. There you go. You fucking Hatchet Mouth. Am I that ashamed of my birth name? What the fuck are you talking about? That ashamed of my birth name. I don't even know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know. I heard Dom today say that was a Jerry Capisi article. I didn't know it was in the newspaper and all that. I don't know everything, guys. Sorry. You know, you could just come in and tell me. There you go. I was corrected. I did not know that. In either way, you know, I have no skin in the game. I couldn't give a fuck if Dom Cicale robbed his grandmother. If he did, I think it's pretty fucked up. But that's not my issue, you know? So I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, you know, as far as the feds watching and shit, there's no question. There's no fucking question. They're all under the microscope. And Dom is, what the fuck? What just happened? Dom, I just lost the whole screen. Dom is to an extent too. I'm sure they all are. Even the guys who cooperated. You know, these anti-rat people like to act like once these guys make a deal, they're that forever covered by the umbrella of the fucking federal government. They're forever protected. You know, it's not true. It's not. They fucking hate Italian organized crime and anybody who's a part of it. Okay, and they will bust you over and over and over and over if they can. They don't care. Now, will they let little shit slide? Possibly. But if they could get you again, they will. You know, they will. Especially if, you know, if you're on here fucking things up for them, like Panisi or something, you know, where you might wind up getting somebody a new fucking trial. See, I was thinking, yes, you are. Yeah, you are. But I don't think that was directed at you. What are you talking about, War? Oh, the thing about being doxxed again. Oh, is that what that guy was referring to? Yeah, I don't know, but it's funny coming from Hatchet Mouth because you're not using your real fucking name. Do you see the irony in what you just said? Jesus, why is everyone constantly bitching about docs? Well, you obviously don't want to be doxxed, right? And you don't use your birth name. So are you ashamed of your birth name? Jesus. I mean, why is everybody constantly bitching about dox? You tell me. So Callie tried to say Merlino used Capisi as a source, but that wasn't necessarily true. Oh, is that right? Oh, okay, Corona Q. Gotcha. Yeah, if I don't get every little detail right, guys, I was listening and taking notes, but, I make mistakes. Yeah, oh my God, yeah. Linda Vecchio, he certainly did. Yes. Uh, well, yeah, Midwest Mafia Productions, and they had political power and influence over major industries like no other organized crime group ever. And there will never be another American organized crime group that has that type of political power and influence. Never in a million fucking years. So yeah, that's one of the reasons they go after them. Let me read these comments. Hold on. Jane Creek. Capisi's articles will be welcomed or denied on the spin and narrative the person is seeking. Yes, Cryptocrats. Yes, I agree. You got a point there, CI Stinky Vegan Irish Lot Lizard. Maybe his birth name is Hatchet Mouth. It could be. Well, I apologize then, Mr. Mouth. I know, D. Gainey, I know. It's very odd, right? There's the stuff we talk about on here all the time, and then we get a prime example of it in the chat. May BBB, according to Madeline Cicale, her grandson Dominic asked her to take out an additional $50,000 on her mortgage in 2002, and she admits to having signed for the action, never knowing that the loan was actually for $189,000. Oh wow, interesting. Well, see, yeah, I don't know. My real name is Tommy Hawk. Is that right, Tomahawk, or is it like Tony Hawk? Just Tommy Hawk. Um, yeah, I don't know. See, and again, I want to make it clear that I don't care, and I'm not taking sides at all. Like, if you hear what I'm gonna say to all of this, there's really nothing good or bad about either one of them. I don't give a fuck, And I hope nobody ever robs their grandmother like that or ever did, but people have, and if Dominic is one of them, well, he's got to answer for that. And of course, he would deny it, But according to him, that's not the case. It's not true. Who knows? And he said today, there's always three sides to a story. That's true. Uh, oh my God. This was funny. And I was talking about this the other day. Well, what was he talking about then? What? Maybe I misunderstood, maybe, BB. He was talking about Capisi with that story, I believe. And he said, how could you believe or you don't believe, I'm sorry, you believe this story, but we're supposed to believe that Chris Capello story is bullshit. You can't have it both ways. Maybe I misunderstood. What's everybody laughing at? What happened? What'd I do? I got boogie or something? What happened? Let me see something. I want to see something now. I see a Bronx Times article. This is about T.G. Graziano, Cosa Nostra News. I don't know. You guys have to let me know. Oh, that's the one, the Bronx. Why was it? Was I misunderstanding, or was he not talking about it like it was a Jerry Capisi article? Or was he just saying in general news stories? say we shouldn't believe one, but then you believe the other. I don't know. Maybe I misunderstood. If so, scrap all that I said. Oh, you never heard that before? That's Richard Christie used that on Stern a lot. Yeah, Cicale flat out lied about it being a Capizzi article, FBS. Okay, Corona Q, thank you. That's what, all right. Now, all right. If he lied, then, well, there you go. But I could have sworn he said that, so thank you for telling me, yeah. Yeah, I thought that's what he said, because he was saying, like, we're not supposed to believe the Chris Pacello story, that's all bullshit, but then, you believe the story about the grandmother. So, yeah, well, he lied about it being a Capizzi article. That's interesting. That's not good. That is not good. What is this? War, you cracked me up the other day with the FBS doesn't like ass prints on the glass. What was that? Oh, were they Corona Q? Well, I guess if he was lying, they should have been. Jerry Capizzi is to New York with the mob reports as George Anastasia is to Philly mob reports. Yeah, I agree. Willie Fistagash. Nico, see a connection. Dom should focus on launching his vodka. You mean vodka? E.g. vodka? His vodka line than having others in his mouth. Whoa. Nico, see ya. Slow down, big guy. I think you mean to say others' names in his mouth. I catch that. You know how I'm a bitch when it comes to the way people fucking talk. Like I heard, was it Sammy or somebody said one day, why don't you just keep me out of your mouth? Don't say that, especially if you're talking about a dude. Why are you in his mouth? The fuck does that mean? Get out of there. Keep me out of your mouth. Well, keep yourself out of his mouth. Now, if you're talking about your name, then yes, you should, I guess, keep whoever's name out of your mouth. But let's hope that the person themselves was never in your mouth. I just got to say that. I pick up on every little stupid fucking thing people say. Dom can't say vodka. It's fun. Well, today he did pretty good. He said vodka today. But yeah, it's usually vodka. And they were making fun of him for that for a while. I had a troll not to let the door hit him. Oh, I told the troll not to let a door hit him in the butt on the way out. FBS don't like ass prints on the glass. Oh, nice. That's a good one. Nice. Look, Miss Can't Be Wrong is still cracking up. All right, so I'm glad we got the article straightened out now. Thank you, Corona. What is it again? IQ or Corona? Corona Q. Thank you. Did I even get to this? Someone asks in the chat. No, I don't think I already read this. Someone asks in the chat, who's more repulsive, FBS or SoFlo? That was a fucking trip. Like I'm driving, listening to Dom's show, and I hear that question, and it made me think about the other day when I said, "You motherfuckers are so stupid. You promote my name in places where you shouldn't want it to be." Your goal should be for people like Dom Cicale and Sammy the Bull and people like this, even though they're not anywhere near on the same level, but still they're bigger than me. Okay, Dom is still, his 2.5 times the subs I have, or at least close. You shouldn't want these people to know who I am. Now, do they already know? Of course, Dom knows who I am. Sammy knows who I am too. They all do. But you shouldn't be pushing it. You know what I'm saying? Because you might fuck around and get the wrong answer. Dominic might be like, I think FBS is a great guy. You never know. But he was smart. Very, very smart, Dom, the way you fucking answered that. Very, very smart. He said, I don't know either of them, so I'm not going to comment. Yeah, because now, if he would have said, well, no, I ain't even going to front. If he would have said like FBS, there you go. That's a new nickname for the people that don't like me. FBS is a scumbag or this or that, whatever. Yeah, I probably would have had some words to say about Dom. And I don't give a fuck who you are. You don't want me saying anything about you on YouTube. You don't want me to go off. Does he care? Maybe not. But let's be honest. You're better off without me wanting to talk about you in a negative way. And as far as SoFlo, we would have seen 962 fucking Dominic Cicale shows in a row back to back. So smart fucking answer, Dom. I got to give it to you. But for the dope who asked that, thank you for getting my name mentioned by Dom Cicale. Well, actually, he didn't say it. The girl said it, but still on that show. Thanks. On a bigger YouTube show. Excellent. I appreciate it. Just like when they were putting questions in Sammy's chat about me. Why would you do that? And then you bitch. You bitch about any type of success I have on here, and you wonder why. You guys promote me more than I fucking promote myself. I don't even bother. Vodka. Wait, where was that? Where's Jesse Roth? Vodka and tonics with Brenda and Eddie. We should pull up on Dom and confront him about the loan from his mother. Oh, my God. Yeah, I think that would go badly. Touche. At least Dom isn't rapping. True. He was though, right? Wasn't he rapping in the beginning? That's a bad idea. Mob Talk Radio said Dominic was never made. Any truth to that? Girls cry. I don't know. Honestly, I'm going to tell you the truth. You know, I'm not one of these people that knows every fucking thing about the mafia. Far from it. As a matter of fact, probably most of the shit I ever knew, I already forgot over the past couple of years. But I don't know shit about Dominic Cicale. I'm just telling you straight up. I don't know shit about him. So I didn't really care, you know, it was a different era. Like I didn't care about that shit. You know, I specifically took interest in the 70s, 80s, and 90s with even the older, so, you know, going back to the beginning and stuff, Luciano and shit. When I was younger, I studied that stuff, but, you know, I don't really care about that shit. It's not that interesting to me. Probably because, you know, it's the same as a lot of this stuff. Same stories you've heard 500,000 fucking times. It's pretty much, you know, basic mob knowledge. So, all right, let's see. No comments really related to this. Some of the stuff I already kind of went over. He says the statute of limitations on the crimes Joey talks about won't mean shit. Basically, you know, in so many words, he said they won't mean shit if there's a RICO case. I don't know. Listen, I'm going to tell you the truth. I told you yesterday, I listened to every single Joey Merlino podcast. I haven't heard Joey say anything that I think could incriminate him in any future cases. But what do I know? Dominic certainly knows RICO cases better than I fucking do. But what is he really talking about? The check cashing and stuff? I mean, that's what Cicale was mentioning, but what's so bad about that? You know, I mean, I don't know. And I have a feeling that if, you know, Joey Merlino winds up catching a RICO case, it's not going to be anything he said on that show that's going to be his real problem. Okay, I think he's going to have real fucking crimes in there. I don't think they're going to have to worry about check cashing stories and all that. I don't think that's going to matter. So, you know, that seemed a little like you're reaching there, you know. You could say Joey's stupid. That's what Dominic kept saying. I don't believe he's stupid. He took over that fucking family and he did it well. And he had the respect of all those people, old timers, people that were made long before him, people that had way more seniority, so to speak, than him. And, you know, listen, Joey Merlino is not like I know how Philly and Eddie talked about him in the Mafia Prince and shit. I just don't believe that. Was he a punk ass kid? Probably. We were all punk ass kids. But that doesn't mean that he grew up to be a punk. You know what I mean? Or a fucking jerk off in any way. I mean, this is why I say, you know, like with Joey, he's somebody to be taken seriously. You know, he is. So even till this day, I believe. So I don't know, man. This I liked. This I liked what Dom said next. Dom said he cooperated for self-preservation. Now, if you remember, going back to the fucking beginning, one of my first shows was titled something like The Realest Thing Jimmy Calandra Ever Said. And it was all based on one sentence from Jimmy Calandra. He said, I didn't want to do 50 years. And I did a whole show about that one line. And the reason why was because in the beginning, I would constantly call people out. I didn't care about rats in general. What bothered me was the excuses for becoming a rat. And I always said, everybody will say, oh, they cut me off when I was in prison. They didn't send me money. They didn't take care of my family. They fucked my wife. They did this, whatever it may be. But nobody ever says, I just didn't want to go to fucking prison. Nobody ever says that. Okay. And when Jimmy said that, I caught it and I did a whole show about it. Because he said I didn't, and he had reasons to with Paulie and the stuff that happened. But he said I didn't want to do 50 years. There you go. And you know why that's important to me? Because that's why everybody rats. All the other reasons, sure, there's other reasons, I'm sure that are further down the list than the top one, and the top one will always be I didn't want to go to prison for that long. That's it. Now, Dom did 20 years of his life in prisons, he said. Okay, so he's obviously not scared of prison, but what was he facing? He's probably facing life or something, right? Or maybe he just didn't want to go to fucking prison anymore. It's everybody's reason, the top reason. You could put everything else behind that. They cut me off. They didn't take care of my family like they said they would. They were doing this. They were doing that. They said I got nothing coming to me. Fine. But the top reason, if you're being honest, and you know me when it comes to being fucking honest, I hate when people lie, especially to fucking cover up for the real reason for things. If you're being honest, the first answer is always that you cooperated because you didn't want to go to prison or go to prison for that long. That's it. All right. And that's what Jimmy said in the beginning about the 50 years thing. And today, Dom said, now he named a bunch of other reasons, but he said, I did what I did for self-preservation. Okay, there you go. I mean, I don't understand why anybody who's ever cooperated can't just say that. You ain't even got to say anything else because no matter what you say, most people have enough common sense to realize what the real reason was. Because most people, in all honesty, would do the same fucking thing you did. Self-preservation. Okay? Most people. All right? That's just the way it is. People, they think they're this, and that. They're tough. They could, handle anything. They're not scared of nothing until they're sitting in that fucking room and they know that they're facing life in prison or 30, 40, 50 fucking years. I mean, Jesus Christ, I knew guys on the streets that flipped for a 2 to 4 upstate. It would have been their max, and they flipped it. And I'm sure there's guys that flip for even less than that fucking county time. Most people just would. If you give them the option, prison or no prison, they're going to take no prison. But just be honest about it. Just say, I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go to fucking jail. I didn't want to go to prison. I didn't want to leave my life, my family, and all that. And I'll tell you the truth. Now that I've grown up and shit, I don't fucking blame you. All this mafia, silly oath shit. Look, you fucking have a family. You have a family. That's your blood. You have kids. You got a wife, all that shit. They all do, right? Yeah. Okay, just like most of us do. That's what happens when you get older. You usually, not everybody, but most people get married and have kids. Okay? Unless you're like Emory or something. But so yeah, I don't really blame anybody. Who cares? All that rat shit is for the fucking birds because honestly, I'm telling you right now, I don't give a fuck if you're in the drug game, the mafia, or anything else. The people you're protecting when you don't flip will most likely wind up flipping on you at some point. So I don't even care. I respect it, the honesty at least. At least just say, I don't want to go to prison. Self-preservation. And that's what Dom said. So I like that. I give him credit for that. Well, Timothy Sullivan, listen, I'm going to be honest. I can't really back off of this because I didn't really change my mind. All right, let me put it this way. I don't care about the mafia shit. I don't. Like the other day I looked and he was doing a show. It had a bunch of the families' names in it. So he was obviously just going to be talking about those families. That shit, no matter who the fuck is saying it, It's boring as a motherfucker to me. I just drift off. I don't care. I won't even put it on to listen to, honestly. I'm so tired of all that shit. Again, 99.9% of the time, it's stories we've all heard a million fucking times. So maybe that's why I didn't find him entertaining before. He's talking about the mob, and that bores the shit out of me. But a little drama gets mixed in, a pinch or a punch? A punch. I'm sure you guys know what I'm referencing. You sprinkle in a little drama amongst, some interesting fucking characters like Gene Borello, Joey Merlino, and I guess Dominic too. And it gets better, so it's something you want to hear. It's something you want to hear. I was thrilled today when I saw that Dominic's show was going to be about Joey. Thrilled. I fucking loved it. And here's my prediction. And I'm usually pretty good at these things, right? Joey said yesterday that he will not respond anymore. He won't go back and forth with them. Yes, he will. Yes, he will. I put money on it. How much? Probably not much. Okay, but I'll throw a dub on it or something. Yeah, most likely Joey is going to answer. And if you ask me why, I'll tell you why. Because Joey is a man, I want to say like any other man, but I guess you can't compare him to most men, Most men don't have that kind of power and fearlessness and shit. I'll give him that. But you know what I'm saying. He's still a man with male pride. All right. And it happens to every fucking, but it's not just us. Do you think Sammy doesn't want to go fucking ape shit sometimes and just start going after all his fucking enemies? Of course he does. He's well advised. And I say well advised because I don't know that he's smart enough to know better, but maybe he is. And it's both. I believe he's well advised not to respond to any of this shit. Maybe he's just smart enough on his own not to. Because then you give other people attention. You blow their channels up. You give them what they want. They want their name to be mentioned by Sammy the Bull. It'll only help them. It won't hurt them. And you'll aggravate the fuck out of yourself. And there's no point, which I'm finally there, where I'm realizing somebody sent me some messages earlier, some screenshots of comments that somebody's saying about me currently. And it's like, I was able to just laugh them off because I realized that I could explain 500 different ways, but if you ain't trying to hear the explanation and you just don't like me, you're going to say whatever you want to say. It doesn't matter if everything you say appears to be bullshit when faced with all the evidence of something. It doesn't matter. You don't let facts get in the way of an argument when you're a hating motherfucker. You know what I mean? So even I'm learning finally. It took me over 2 fucking years to figure out. Well, I'm going to be honest. I always knew. Before I would use it for entertainment and to make money. But more now than ever, I realized that there's no point in even answering your haters. There's no fucking point, especially with this internet bullshit, right? So Sammy, I'm sure though, he wants to go nuts. He wants to respond and maybe correct the record on certain things, of course, but he doesn't. And look at the success it's brought him. Okay. Now, do I think Sammy's show would be way better if he did? Yeah, but that's me. All right. I don't have a fucking million subs like he has. So obviously, what do I know? But Joey, he's a man. He's going to want to fucking answer this shit. He is. Now, something specific Dom said today? Maybe not. I don't know. But will Joey talk about Dom and possibly Gene again? My prediction would be yes. Absolutely. Even if it's just for a moment, a fucking 10 seconds or something. Yeah. And I believe that this will go on and on. Especially once you hear Dom say, I don't care. I'll ride Joey's wave. Well, there you go. Then you know what I'm saying? You're admitting that you're in it for that, which is no surprise. I mean, I think we all knew that. But I believe that this is going to go on for a while. And I do believe it's going to get worse and worse. I do. Yeah, because Joey is not in a position, and he's not the type of guy, I don't think, that will sit back and let this shit be said about him, even though, he probably should. But again, let's remember that Joey is not somebody who fucking cooperated ever. He's not. So his pride might get a little more hurt than some of the people on here who, will call themselves a rat and stuff like that, like Dominic did today. He called himself a rat. So he's honest about it. He doesn't hide from that word. Let me see something here. I'm just waiting. Any moment now, the donations are going to come rolling in. I know it. Last night, 2-hour show, $65. Fucking nightmare. I had one day in the last 7 days where I made over $100. That's fucking terrifying. Stephen Cordell, $10 match. Now, as you guys know, Stephen Cordell is one of the biggest sponsors of this show. Okay, so when he says match, you know what you got to do. I don't need to give you the speech. You already know. Dom was pricked over a Pokemon card with Ninja Death Stars at a table, so it doesn't count. Jane, you're a fucking trip. Dom's claiming EV Vodka is looking to sue anyone who talks bad about the company on YouTube. Yeah, I heard that. I know. He's probably obligated to say that. It's not that easy, Joey has incriminated himself as a bad gambler. Incriminated himself? Probably the wrong word there. But yes, he has admitted to being a degenerate gambler. He has. And we talked about that last night. I will never, for the life of me, understand that. Which, by the way, I'm going to get to somewhere in my notes here. And I only got a few more things typed out. It's got to be coming soon. They talk about the kid, Joey's nephew, that came on the show. So I'll revisit that for just a minute in a little bit. Hold on. Yeah, well, it wasn't the first for me. Because like I said, I didn't know shit about the Philly family. And then in like 97, 98, I was in Philly with Cam. And he mentioned Skinny Joey Merlino, who I had never heard of. I said, really? And then I took interest and I started learning. And of course, over the years, books get written, all that shit. You can read about like the Johnny Keys Simone thing and fucking Sammy's book. And, there's over the years been tons of documentaries about the Philly mob war and Joey Merlino. And of course, you go back to Bruno and Scarfo and all that shit. There's a lot to read. A very interesting fucking history. Very interesting history. So it wasn't my first, but it's one of those things. This is why, certain people on here who are into doing mob content and don't know anything about the Philly mob, it blows my mind because, remember, what I just told you is I found out about Joey Merlino when I was about 17, okay? 17, 18 years old. There's people on here who are supposed to be mob content creators who don't know anything about the Philly mob, and that blows my fucking mind because it's like if you're into the mafia or the history of it or the books or the documentaries or the movies, you have studied the Philly story. And it's not that complicated to remember damn near every little fucking bit of it. You know what I mean? It's a pretty simple fucking story, especially if you start after Scarfo went away. If you want to talk about just the Merlino days, but even during Scarfo's reign, and Bruno too, at one point there was not a single fucking thing you could have asked me. Going back to the day Harry the Hunchback Riccabini was fucking made, and that was in what, 1918 or some shit like that. Okay, there was not a thing you could fucking ask me. Maybe it was 1928, I'm not sure, about the Philly mob that I couldn't give you the answer to. And I still know pretty much all of it. There's certain things I might have forgotten, certain names and stuff. And I think most of us know everything there is to know about the Philly mob. It's just, let me tell you something. If the Philly mob, you could take, I'd say 3 days and just watch documentaries and read a book or two and know everything there is to know about the Philly mob. It's not like New York. It's not like the 5 families. It's not like that. It's not. It's much more simpler, a much more smaller family. It's easy. It's Mafia 101. Danny Green, $5. Get this money up, people. Let's fucking go. Thank you, Danny. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I these are the times that puzzle me. And when they last, they make me nervous. It's like there's 156 people watching, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people have donated. Well, 6, 7 with the cash. That's astounding to me. But it is what it is. I ain't gonna complain. Thank you, Danny Green. Sally, $10. Jesse made me. Jesse made you? What do you mean? Oh, in her chat? Nice. Nice. Congratulations on getting your button. Sally, you are a moderator over here, right? You have to be. Yeah, you are. Okay, just checking. And Midwest Mafia Productions, $5 super sticker. Thank you, bro. Thank you very much, man. And happy birthday again. Fucking great guy right there. I don't know what that is. Jesse Roth. Yeah, bro, it was Bruno Scarfo and how it escalated because Philly's mob fam reminded me of the Ballestieri family in Milwaukee. Philly was like New York, or like to New York as Milwaukee is to Chicago, Yeah, I know exactly what you mean there. Yeah, absolutely. Wise Guy TV, Mafia History and True Crime. I think what Merlino is doing is no different than a rapper who lived a life of crime, started rapping, and became a celebrity. He just gotta watch what he says, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree. And it's again, things are different now. Things are different. If he was a boss, you know, of a family who's still out there leaving fucking bodies in the street, during a fucking war, even when it's not during a war, whatever. If they were up to their old tricks and the mafia still was what it was 30 fucking years ago, it would be fucking insane. But yeah, he's listen, you find different ways to make money. That's it. And these days, people are seeing what's going on. Even guys who didn't cooperate ever in their lives, they see people like Sammy the Bull, who's probably making 50 grand a fucking month. Because I was told a long time ago 40 grand a month, and his channel's gone, it gotten way bigger since then. Let's just say it's 40 grand a fucking month. And Michael Franzese, I can't even fucking imagine the astronomical amount of money he must be fucking making. And then even the smaller content creators. Yeah, I mean, Joey is that's a good comparison. A rapper lived a life of crime, started rapping, and became a celebrity. Yeah, that's it. And as long as he's careful, yeah. I don't think Joey. This is not even a show like this. The Joey Merlino thing, the skinny. It's not like he just talks and answers questions from a chat. Everything is already pre-planned, pre-thought out. The questions are already, I don't know if you want to say scripted or what, but at least, like I said, pre-planned. Joey knows how he's going to answer each question. He's not going off the cuff and just, fucking sitting there with a bunch of drinks in him, fucking rambling and ranting, because then, yes, he'd be in big trouble. But no, it's probably harmless for him. The thing is, though, it's still amazing to see him be on here. I thought it was amazing to see Sammy the Bull on here. Okay, but at least Sammy the Bull, it made sense because he cooperated. With Joey, it's just I don't know, man. Thank you, Lisa Marie. I will. She's okay. I came home today and found her outside having a low blood sugar. That scared the shit out of me. Every time she has one, it scares me. But she's okay. Thank you so much for asking. And thank you again for the flowers and chocolates you sent her, Lisa. Holy shit. Frank Gerard, Fratello Productions. Where have you been, my friend? Frank used to always be a part of our chat. I used to talk to him through text and on the phone, and now Frank left us. But holy fuckity fucko, thank you for the $99.99 because I could use it right now. Salute, Chris, and prayers for your mom. Been here since day one. You're the king of all of MobTube. Love you, brother. You're a class act. Thanks for all the entertainment for over 2 years. All the respect as always. Oh man, thank you, bro. Not just for the money, but for the kind words, man. That means a lot to me, bro. That means a lot to me. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this and make it the thumbnail. That's very nice of you, bro. And I hope to see you around more often. What a good dude. Girls Cry, FBS, are you familiar with the story of Tommy Hill from Ram Squad? Joey uses Tommy's song for his intro. Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. The Richard Allen Mob. Yeah, I know all about, yeah. I know. And Tommy Hill, how he got killed and stuff. I would put fucking money on it. Well, let me not say anything. Okay, but you probably can figure out what my assumption is about how Tommy got killed, for a lot of reasons. But yeah, man, I'm pretty familiar with the story, Crazy shit. He was involved with all that shit. Joey was like that, Joey, he wasn't like the traditional mob boss, He was involved, and I'm not saying a lot of them weren't, but Joey was involved with groups like that, He supplied a lot of fucking people. What the fuck is a Buzzy Bee clip? Yeah, it's good to see Frank again, man. I appreciate this donation so much, bro. And the kind words. Let's see. Let me go on. We got 162 people left. All right. And guys, if anybody wants to talk about any of this shit, I'll drop the link. Remind me, please. Do me a favor, Miss Can't Be Wrong. I'll forget. It won't be that long. Let me get through the rest of these fucking things I wrote down, and then I'll drop the link for people. If nobody wants to come on, that's fine. But if you want to come on and discuss it, we'll do that. Discuss whatever. This Joey Dom shit, the Gene Borello shit, whatever you want. He admits he took the coward's way out. That's what Dom said. Now that's, I think that's up to each and every individual to decide for themselves. And I'm not just talking about the people who cooperate. There might be people in this chat who don't think that was the coward's way out. But yeah, I guess rather than taking the time for the crimes you committed, which would be taking responsibility for your own actions and going and doing your time. Yeah, I guess, if you choose to become a rat instead, then yeah, it's the coward's way out. But is it the smartest way out? I don't know. And I'm saying that for a reason, guys. It's not like if you're an independent drug dealer on the street and you get busted and you start setting fucking people up. You're part of an organization. And even this might sound crazy to say, but I say it for one reason. It's only a matter of time till somebody flips on you and puts you away for life. It's only a matter of time. So, in my opinion, and this is another reason I don't necessarily look down upon mob rats. I mean, is it the smartest thing to do? Listen, if you could go home and be with your fucking family every night. But, of course, there is, if you can't do the crime, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. You gotta consider that too. If you weren't prepared for decades in prison, you probably should have never joined the mafia. But I don't know. It was surprising to hear Dom say, though, only because, again, this is not something you're going to hear from a lot of people who cooperated. So I give him credit for that. Listen to this. This Wise Guy TV will probably get a kick out of this too. I'm sure all of you did if you heard it. Dom compares Joey being on YouTube with Gotti. Basically, he said inviting, but let's be honest, it was more like ordering all the captains and shit to the fucking Ravenite, all the time. I mean, it is not the same. Oh, shit. Oh my God, my ass bone. Oh God, just that laugh. Oh my God, the fucking pain. Oh. Oh, that was terrible. Little did I know, laughing is another thing I can't do right now. Fuck. You have no idea how bad my fucking tailbone hurts. Anyway, um, uh, where were we at? Yeah, I don't think it's the same. You know what I mean? Joey being on here, Joey is not putting them out there. Like, that is a fucking weird comparison, Dom. You're talking about John Gotti, a guy who was under constant 24-hour surveillance at a specific location, having all of the, higher ups, so to speak, administration, and even, just some soldiers, whatever it may be. But you got all the captains and stuff coming to the fucking Ravenite where he is to basically pay their respects to him or kiss his ass or kiss his ring or whatever the fuck it is on a regular basis. When John Gotti knew that the mafia was watching every fucking move he made, especially at the Ravenite. You cannot compare that to fucking Joey Merlino being on YouTube, because Joey Merlino is not talking about his friends. He's not talking about those guys. Yeah, I haven't heard him mention a single fucking one of them, except for maybe when he was referencing the shooting, the John Veazey thing, after he gave the dude $200 to go make him pork chops. You know what I'm saying? He's not talking about any of that. It is not the same. He is not putting the Philadelphia family on full display. Yeah, you're comparing it to something where in the 80s, John Gotti was inviting major mafia figures all to the same location where he was, and he was under constant video and audio surveillance by the FBI. That was totally fucking different. That was totally different. Joey is not doing that. Joey is on here by himself, and he's not talking about any of those guys. So I don't know, Dom. I got to say, that was a dumb fucking comparison. I just want to, I'm giving you credit for most of the things you said today, but that was silly. That is not the same. And I left the line out. He said he's making it easy for them. No, he's not. He's not making it easy. Well, what's he making easy? I mean, let's be honest. Joey is not on here incriminating anybody in anything. And like I just said, this is calculated. This is by design that he's not doing any of that. He never cooperated. Imagine you're Joey Merlino. You have a fucking, we could say probably 40 years of a life of crime. He's 61 years old, okay? 40 is probably shooting low, probably 45 or so years of his life was just a life of crime. He took case after case, state, federal, every fucking thing, never flipped, and got one of his guys in trouble. And now, you're acting as if he's coming on YouTube and doing that. Now he's a rat. No, he's not. He's not putting the Philly family on full display. He's not making it easy for the FBI. He's coming on here and he tells stories about his own personal crimes that he committed and got convicted for and went to prison and did the time for, or got convicted of and went to prison and did the time for, okay? And he's not incriminating anyone else. And then he gives the sports picks. That's it. I mean, as far as Joey promoting gambling, again, me with addiction and recovery and stuff. Even I'm going to say he's not promoting. I mean, I guess if you want to see it as promoting gambling, okay. But what he's doing is giving sports picks, just like tons of other fucking people out there have decided to do for content on YouTube, and on Patreon and every fucking thing else. People give sports picks. Doesn't Jeff Nadeau, isn't that what he fucking does? A lot of people do it. I wouldn't say it's promoting gambling. You know what I mean? If you're into betting on sports, you're probably already fucking doing it. That's like saying that Dominic Cicale If he's promoting gambling, you're promoting alcoholism. Oh, how you like me now, Dom? Tell me I'm wrong. If Joey Merlino giving out sports picks is promoting gambling, and you say that's wrong because you do the positive shit and you try to keep kids away from the life and stuff like that, well, you're promoting a fucking vodka every day, a vodka. Okay? And let me tell you something. As an individual who is severely addicted to vodka and had a fucking grand mal seizure after going 12 hours without a sip of vodka, I could tell you that that's fucking dangerous. If Joey Merlino is promoting gambling, you're promoting drinking. See? Gotta watch out for FBS. Give me a second, guys. I gotta stand up before my ass bone breaks in half. Give me just a minute. Oh my god, that shit fucking hurts. Jesus Christ. You know how I know it's getting worse? First of all, I could tell when I sit, like I know each day how bad it is. Today is worse, but today, for the first time, I can't even fucking bend over. Like I was in the store and I bent down to get something. Fucking brutal, man. It was not fun. God, War. Let's see. War's a good dude. Let me get down here. Gambling is promoted everywhere now. Fantasy sports is humongous. Yeah. What's up, Mini 560? Good to see you. Yeah, I mean, of course. But, it's that could be thrown back at you. That's why you got to have self awareness. You know? I could easily say, why are you promoting a vodka? But in reality, there's nothing wrong with it, right? Because a lot of people can drink responsibly. Okay? Most people who drink responsibly. Or even if it's not so much responsibly, let's say they're not addicted to alcohol. They're not alcoholics. So there's nothing wrong with you using a vodka company as a sponsor or being part of that business or whatever it is. There's nothing wrong with you promoting that, right? Then there's nothing wrong with fucking Joey giving his sports picks. Okay, but if you want to say that one is wrong, you got to say the other is wrong. All right. I've never been addicted to gambling, but I have been addicted to vodka. And let me tell you, Dom, it could be dangerous. But like I said, it's an absurd thought because in reality, there's liquor commercials everywhere. There's billboards everywhere for liquors. Rappers promote fucking liquors. They own vodka companies, all that crazy shit. And it's not that big of a deal because most people can have a drink or two and then go on with their night or their weekend or whatever it may be. Same thing with gambling. There's some people who get addicted to it, sure, but not everybody does. I can, like, for instance, I have no interest. I said last night in listening to those sports picks and betting on football or any of that bullshit. I like to bet on fights, and that's only because I love the fights already, and it just adds a little extra excitement to it. If you got something riding on it, you got a little money, And I don't bet, even the fucking Garcia Davis fight. I think I bet fucking $150 on the fucking fight, which is nothing, And I won. I wound up winning, a few hundred. So, uh, I, you know, I'm somebody who could listen to Joey's sports picks and not give a shit, just enjoy the fucking show. And a lot of people who even are there for the sports picks, they might place a bet or two. It doesn't mean that they're addicted to gambling any more than the people listening to your show are addicted to vodka. Okay. Drager, what's up, bro? Give me a minute. I will, bro. Yeah, it does. Of course, girls cry, but I wouldn't sit here and say what he's saying about Joey. And you know how I feel about alcohol. I believe alcohol is the most dangerous drug on the planet. And I'm right. There is not a single thing, not even fentanyl, that kills more fucking people than alcohol. Okay, maybe what? Maybe nicotine? I'm not even sure about that. Tobacco, whatever. Fucking cigarettes. Um, I don't know, you know. The alcohol, it's dangerous in so many different ways. Forget about all the fucking health problems and the violence and shit that takes place when people are drunk around each other. And you know, you want to calculate the fucking DUI deaths. Oh my god! I told you when I was in fucking uh, outpatient rehab in 2000, they told us some startling shit like more people died from DUI car accidents, you know, DUI crashes, okay, during the Vietnam War than soldiers did in the Vietnam War. Right? It's fucking it's the most destructive drug on the fucking planet, alcohol. So, you know, it's just a silly thing to say when you're promoting vodka that somebody who's promoting sports betting is fucking being irresponsible or doing the wrong thing. Oh, girls cry. 1,000 fucking %. Yes. Oh, sorry. I said bend over. Sorry, Benny. Oh, look, Jesse Ross said, can we get 50 more for FPS? Come on, guys. LOL. Nice. Thank you. I'm not going to argue with that. Yeah, why don't we? Another 50 would be nice. Okay, now he talks about Joey's nephew coming on. Like I said, I will not really speak on that because he's a kid and he's somebody's son. You know, I believe that kid to be between the ages of 14 and 16, but probably not a day older, okay, than 16. Um, I think we were all a little shocked by what we saw yesterday and heard. I will say I was shocked. I would not have expected to see or hear that. I think that at the very least, I would think that at the very least they would say, you know, don't use that type of language or something. But apparently not, you know, and that's up to them. What can I say? But yeah, I think it was. I think it was a bad choice. I'll just say that. I think it was a bad choice. Now, he says that Joey and them are teaching the kid to gamble. And somebody said in the chat, no, the kid was talking about fantasy sports. Yeah, but he was talking about gambling. You know what I mean? It was, you know, that kid is an expert. Okay. As much of an expert as you can be, you could fucking hear it. So it's still, you know, Dom has a little bit of a point, but, you know, I don't know if you'd have to take it that far. Like that kid might grow up to be a fucking brain surgeon. You don't know what his aspirations are in life. And maybe he just does this for fun. And maybe, you know, the kid doesn't gamble a fucking dollar. Maybe he does. Maybe him and his friends bet. I don't know. Okay, but maybe the kid just does it for fun. He's interested. He helps them out. You know, he gives them his picks. They ask him, obviously, for his picks. And he does the fantasy sports. So, you know, it's my point here is I'm not even knocking Dom. I think Dom is a decent guy. I like the fact that he's helped people with addiction and recovery. I like the fact that he tries to do positive things after the life he lived. I like you know, I like that. But he's doing what a lot of people do with me. Okay, he's reaching in order to have something bad to say about Joey. He's reaching, you know, saying shit like, you know, I won't say that saying they're teaching the kid to gamble is a reach necessarily. He has a point to an extent, but he blows it out of proportion, you know. And it's the same thing with the fucking promoting gambling thing. You know, everybody's promoting something, right? I smoke cigarettes. Am I promoting smoking? Are you promoting vodka? You know, I mean, the fuck. Is fucking Lee Cole promoting the carnivore diet? I guess he is. All right, maybe that was a bad example. Just wanted to throw something else in there. Vodka, Christopher. That's right. Vodka. Part owner. Is that what he is? Nice. Well, I wish him success. You know, I really do. I just, you know, I got to make that point because it could be used against him too. And you put yourself in a bad place when you do that because nobody commented that to Dom, you know, and it's true. It's true. They could say that both of you are promoting something very, very bad and destructive. In all honesty, you're just doing whatever it is you do. And Joey is into the sports betting. Listen, I remember years ago on Twitter, there was talk. I think even Joey was even part of it, of doing something like this. And I heard that this has been years in the making, years. And I heard it from very, very reliable sources who know their shit and know Joey. Okay. And he got 6 fucking figures, according to George Anastasia and stuff. And I believe it. Okay. He got 6 figures to do this fucking podcast. So, this is something he's been wanting to do. I'm telling you, years ago, I saw him involved in a conversation on Twitter where he was saying he was going to do this, but I think it was going to be like a Patreon type thing at the time. Holy shit, I got it. Look at this. 100 PBA, $50. Alcohol is a destroyer of lives. Bro, thank you for the $50. And yes, you are correct. I'll have this debate with any fucking buddy. There is not a drug. You could take all of the drugs and combine them and combine all the loss, destruction, death, and chaos. Okay. And it doesn't equal up to what alcohol causes. It doesn't. Alcohol is fucking. I told you, even my health problems, and this isn't an addiction or recovery show, but I was doing a ball a day for years and years, a minimum of a ball a day. Okay. An 8 ball. And they told me that they contribute to fucking heart problems more to the alcohol than the fucking cocaine. Okay. It's that bad. It's that bad for your body. It's that. Look at all the fucking unwanted babies, unwanted pregnancies. Look at all the fucking fights, the fucking violence, the, affairs, every fucking thing else that takes place, and the car accidents. Okay. I mean, unbelievably destructive. It give you heart disease. It give you cirrhosis of the liver. It give you liver cancer. It give you fucking, you name it. Terrible thing. And thank you again, 100 PBA. I appreciate you so much, bro. This guy last time gave me $200. He has no idea how grateful I am. Brenda and Eddie were the popular steady and the king and the queen of the prom. Yes. Billy Joel, Italian Restaurant. I fucking love that song. Love that song. I listen to that Jesse Roth all the fucking time. No kidding. Sometimes Shanna looks at me like I got 6 fucking heads. I fucking love Billy Joel. Yeah, that's why I said, except for maybe that one thing. Dave. Yeah, Man in Angela's Box, you're right. If there more than any other crime I've ever been convicted of, I'm most ashamed of the DUIs. Thank you, Easy Vidzilla. Every now and then I get something right. It is pretty cool to watch it all unfolding. Yes, it is. It is. It is. I'm enjoying the shit out of it. That's why, I've decided to do some shows on it. Why the fuck not, And it's working. I had 155 fucking people. I had more than that earlier, and I stay steady about that. And that's fine with me. I'm getting donations. Well, I ain't a front. If it wasn't for a couple of people, I'd be screwed, but still. He says Joey has a Napoleon complex. I'm not going to get into that. That's funny. But does he? I don't fucking know. Probably. I mean, a lot of short guys do, but he kind of embraces it too. Like he talked about being a jockey and he was pissed off, that he started to grow, at least get, heavier when he was a jockey and he wasn't able to do it anymore. And he doesn't make it any secret that he's a little guy. He's a small feller. He doesn't make it a secret. But then again, you could be 5'3" or whatever the fuck he is when you're Joey Merlino. You know what I'm saying? Who's going to fuck with you? Now, when he was a kid and shit, did he get a lot of shit? Probably. But even then, look who his family was. So I don't even know about that. When you're as powerful as Joey Merlino became in his life, you ain't got to worry about that height shit. Not even when it comes, and I know he's married and stuff, but to women and stuff, they don't give a fuck. You hold that type of power, and you're that type of tough guy, and you got that kind of reputation. You could be fucking 4'3", and you're gonna get pussy galore. It's gonna be a pussy bonanza, a festival of pussy. It's going to be thrown at your vaginas. You're going to be hitting and getting hit in the face by vaginas. You know? Did I watch Casperosa last night? I saw a little bit of it, but me and Shanna were watching a fucking movie called God is a Bullet. And let me just say to whoever it was that recommended that to me, I fucking hate you. Okay. That is the most drawn out movie I've ever seen in my life. About 1:30, I think we had fucking 50 minutes to go or something. It's 2 hours and 35 fucking minutes. And it ain't no Scarface. Okay. I had like 50 minutes left. I think 1:30. I said, Shanna, baby, I love you. I'm going to bed. I can't do it anymore. This fucking movie is boring me to fucking tears. Ridiculous, stupid. I mean, every fucking, bad word I could say about that fucking movie. Terrible, horrible, in my opinion. Even the name God is a Bullet. What the fuck? Are we really running out of ideas now? Chicken Hawk Lee, yes, it certainly does. I would think that would be quite obvious, but maybe not. Timothy Sullivan, gambling, hookers, blow, and alcohol are generally bad decisions. Yeah, especially when you do all four at once. And I'm not saying I have, but holy shit, yeah. Or any three, or any two, really. Oh, is that right? Girls cry? Okay, I didn't know that. I don't know anything about E.G. Vodka. Yeah, I heard somebody say that in the comments. Yeah, I heard that. Oh, is that what he owns? Who am I dropping the link for? Jesse says drop the link. And when Jesse gives an order, I fucking listen. I would never disobey Jesse Roth or Miss Can't Be Wrong. Let me make that clear. Let me make that clear, people. That's what it comes down to. Oh, yeah, I bet, man. Just to see him do Piano Man, an Italian restaurant, and It's My Life, all that shit in fucking person. Oh, my God, I would love it. I remember Stern talked about having him and like Bon Jovi and all these people at his fucking house for a party, and they were all just singing and jamming out. I was like, wow, could you fucking imagine Billy Joel, Bon Jovi? There was a couple of other people. I think Eric Clapton, and it was a bunch of people that were at one fucking party. I'm like, holy fuck. What up? What up?
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I won't take up too much of your time. I just wanted to explain to you what I was doing. I was in the chat. I've been doing these little Buzzy Bee clips, and a lot of people seem to like them. So I told them if they donate to you, I would make a new one, and they hit the money mark. So they're getting a new Buzzy Bee clip about you tomorrow at 7 p.m. And then I said, if somebody donates $50 more, on it, they hit the mark.
Shit, you're cutting out, Jesse.
I'm sorry. Now,
well, thank you for explaining it to the best of your ability. You're cutting out real bad. I don't know why.
hang on.
The fuck happened to Jesse's audio? All right. Well, Jesse left. Sorry, Jesse. I wish you could. Maybe you can come back on then. Frank, what's up, bro?
How you doing? Can you hear me, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to thank you for. I'm a little nervous. Thank you for over 2 years of entertainment, bro.
Bro, I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're really awesome, man. You really. I watch all your shows. I even go to bed sometimes, and I fall asleep to it too sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're very talented and everything, and also like people that saying they donations and everything. You pay for Netflix, you pay for HBO Max, all that kind of stuff. There's no reason to throw them a couple to give them money, because it's just as good as those shows are.
Oh, thank you, man.
Big time, man. You're really talented and everything. And a lot of things too with the talk about the Philadelphia mob. A lot of people don't talk about. Remember Mad Dog Sullivan?
Of course.
Yeah, they should do There's only one documentary on him, but he was a badass dude. He's the one that killed Tony Bananas. That sanctioned the hit on the original boss, Bruno.
Yeah.
Bruno. You know what I mean? And people don't talk about that stuff that much, you know. And
Yeah, you're right.
You
Yeah.
know, I think too with Jordan Merlino, he's the last really Godfather around. You know what I mean?
I agree. Yeah.
He's like actually more famous than like he did like what Gotti used to do and everything. Not to compare the two or whatever, but what Gotti was doing, Merlino took it to like the same kind of level and got away with it. Like, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. It's crazy how he's still now he's on YouTube. You can't like all this mob stuff. All there was documentaries and everything, a couple of shows, you know, and everything. And then you know, all this mob too started. It made me bored of the mob. It made me I couldn't take it no more.
Me too, Frank.
I couldn't watch. Now they're coming out with that new Gotti documentary on Netflix. You see that?
No.
Yeah, there's a brand new Getting Gotti.
Fuck Netflix.
Coming out. Hey, what's up, bro?
How you doing, Frank? I don't know.
Like the original from the beginning.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Hey, Chris, you don't get in touch with me anymore. It's very upsetting.
I'm sorry, Chris. I'm sorry.
How you doing? Yo, I heard you on a fist fight the other day.
Yeah, I wish it was a fucking fist fight.
Why don't you call me? Why don't you give me a call?
Oh, that's all right.
And that's another thing, Chris, right? Not only are you the king of mob too, okay?
The king. Day one started.
They don't want to debate you with their words, right? They don't want to come on and face you one-on-one. Yet they got to send 5 people to physically alter you.
All right. Well, here's this. How about this?
Listen,
I hope they watch this. I will fight anyone. I will fight each one of them back to back to back.
Hold on, Chris. No, none of that, bro. None of that. Chill out. I appreciate
to back right now. Right. Listen, my address is Old Coach Court, 226. Pasadena.
No. Chris,
I'll meet you anywhere you want to meet.
All right, Chris is tripping. Relax.
Oh, I'm not tripping. I'm not. Chris, listen, it's a disrespect here. Let's even the score up. That's all I'm saying.
Nah, it's all good, man. No need. It will be even. Don't worry.
Yeah, no problem. Listen, just give me a call, pal. I'd like to talk to you. That's all.
All right.
I want to tell you a story, Chris.
I didn't want to cut Frank off. Frank was talking.
Oh, Frank, I apologize, Frank.
No, it's all good. I that's the thing too. With like,
sorry about that, buddy.
No, it's all good. Like the thing.
Get upset when friends get hurt.
All this fighting, like I used to be in the chats, but I kind of got turned off by it because of all the the backstab and all the fighting and everything. It ain't worth it. Like we don't know who these people are we're fighting with. You know what I mean?
I know.
And you're gonna you can't take on the world. You know what I mean? I'm 55 years old. I grew up in Brooklyn and I live in Jersey now. Like I grew up, I used to fight and everything, but you can't do that no more.
I'm 33. I can't fight, but I try.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, you just can't. It's not worth. Chris has a livelihood. He's got a great career.
Let me tell you something. Chris, one of the best guys I ever met in my life.
I love him since day one. I saw him. I saw his first video. I was in my backyard. He was talking to nobody. He was talking about John A-Light. And I'm like, holy shit.
Oh, man, when he ripped A-Light, that was the best. That was
the first video. I don't even know how I got it. I probably got it because back then it was only Jeff Canarsie with the Mob Talk Radio stuff. There was no other shows. So I guess it came up on that, on the thing. I click on it and I hear him for like 10 minutes. I'm like, holy shit, this guy's got talent.
Frank, I thought I was the only one that thought John A-Light was a fucking
I gotta be, Chris, I gotta be one of your first 20 subscribers.
Oh yeah, you were. Yeah, I remember. I was talking to Frank
I don't know how you
back
figure
in
it
the
out,
beginning.
But I gotta be the first. I was one of your I remember like Miss Camperroom, of course, and everything, and all the people in Carlos. It was like Miss Camperroom and Carlos, and I used to be Apex Predator 69.
I remember.
Oh, I remember you.
You probably gave one of your first 3 or 4 wrenches.
You're one of the originals.
It's just
nobody's left. Nobody's left. It's like
that's the whole thing. All the fighting and people are dying. That poor Beaufort died. Like I'm like, this is getting out of hand now.
I know, man. And let me tell you something, bro. Nights like tonight, doing a show like this, I enjoy it 1,000 times more than coming on here and tearing people up. I don't even care if it costs me a little money.
But you know what though? You're so talented of that.
Everybody loves Chris. Come on, man.
You destroy them. You destroy their souls, and they can't even come back to fight back for themselves.
I know.
Think about that, Chris. If you were fighting with somebody that could stick up for themselves, they would at least talk back to you, right?
Frank.
Yeah.
I want to tell you a story. You were talking about the Philadelphia mob, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, check this out. My father's dead. My Uncle Jeff is dead. Okay. So there was you ever hear of McGuire Air Force Base?
Yes.
All right. Long John Mortorano goes away. Okay, he's in jail. So there's a guy named Al Pontani. He's dead too. He runs the neighborhood now where I'm from in Trenton, right? So my uncle and my father work for him. They buy a shit hotel, the crack hotel, about 5 minutes from McGuire Air Force Base. It's a shithole, $40, whatever, a night. You know, shithole, crack hotel. About 5 minutes. All the guys bring their girls there from the base. Okay, it's about 20 minutes from Trenton South. So they own the place and they're making a few dollars. And all of a sudden they see this guy coming in. He's coming in regular and he's with young girls. They're young. They're 14, 15 years old. It's disgusting. So what do? They put a video in there. They put a camera in there. And the guy ended up being the colonel of the Air Force Base. He was the guy that ran the Air Force Base. So they got a camera on him. And he's with young girls. You know what they say to him? They bring him in one day and they say, he's going to get a room. He's with another young girl. They sit him down. They say, give us a second. Sit him down. And they say, hey, buddy, I got a video. You know, you like young girls, huh? Whoa, what are you talking about? You like young girls, huh? We got, we can tell your wife, your kids, you get divorced. Also, we can let the Air Force know, what you're up to. You lose your pension, lose your whatever rank you had, sergeant. I mean, he was running the fucking place. You can lose it all. Or once a month, we can have something come in. We could come on a U-Haul truck and we could bring that wherever we need to bring it. And you can guide us in and out. So he thought about it for a minute. He decided to do it. For 8 years, they would pull up in a fucking truck and they would get P2P, 55-gallon drums. That's what makes methamphetamine. Okay? And that's what they would do. They were millionaires, bro.
Wow.
They were fucking millionaires, bro. Okay? And when Long John went away, Al Pontani ran the show. Al Pontani got hit on a RICO from made guys in New Orleans, made guys in North New Jersey, Genovese guys. They all got locked up. My father got locked up. Everybody. Nobody said nothing. They did their time. They came out with their heads held high. They made a lot of money.
That's what's up, man. I never heard that story.
Yeah, I'll tell you a couple stories. I was related to him, bro. I was in Trenton, dude. It was Gambinos and South Philly guys. It was all. I grew up around them, dude. I mean, I was the fucking little kid running around.
Yeah. No, I know you were, bro. I know your story a little bit.
Chris, let me tell you something. You're one of the best guys I ever met in my life. I love you, buddy. And not in a homosexual way. I love you.
You're definitely like Chris. Like I love Jeff Canarsie because that's how I started getting into this stuff. And then you came, and I'm like, wow, holy shit. You know what I mean? Like, you definitely made a great genre, and you're very talented. That's
Frank, I remember your name, right? I remember Apex Predator.
That was
69.
Like that was
right?
my
69
son's.
Was the number, right?
My son's video game handler.
Yeah, I like that. You were cool.
Yeah. But
how's your channel doing with your son?
What's that?
How's your channel with your son doing?
Yeah, no, it's just about his sports journey. You know what I mean? I got 153 subscribers, and I just film all his team sports with his teammates and everything. You know, and I put music to it. I get copyright strikes, but I don't care. You know, but I get like 100, 200 views. It's just his youth sports. He plays travel basketball and he plays tackle football. You know. So
how old is he, Frank?
He's 12. Yeah.
God bless him. I hope he gets the
scholarship.
Yeah, my son's too. And his thing
too is not to go to addiction recovery, but he lost his mother on November 1st due to addiction.
I'm sorry for your loss, man.
Yeah, so the little.
Wait, when did that happen, bro?
On November 1st.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
2022. Yeah, I wasn't with her. But
God rest her soul. God rest.
Yeah, I cared for her, for my son and everything. But she had an addiction to cocaine and heroin. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Jesse, how you doing too? How are you, Jesse?
Joe 867. Thank you, Joe. Thank you very much.
How you doing, Jesse? I know you from the chats, but I don't really go in the chats and talk too much. But I know all the main names and everything.
Oh boy, I'm known.
Yeah, Jesse's known. Jesse told me, said, "What are you doing, Chris?" I said, "I'm fine. How are you, Jesse? Come on." Frankie, listen, I'm sorry for your loss, pal.
Yeah, that's why. Like, so it's
I know
the hardest job is like being a single parent.
Absolutely.
It's like, and now he's getting to the age where like he bikes to school, and then he goes out with his friends, and he's like, can you cash out? Can you Apple Pay me $20 for the deli? I'm like, just come the fuck home, man.
You know what, bro? Sit him down. Sit him down. Look him in his eyes. Tell him
like,
how much you love him.
They're grown up so fast and everything.
Frank,
man.
let him know how much you love him, Frank.
No, I know, I do.
That's all.
It's just hard and everything. Just
I got a 2-year-old son, and now Chris, you didn't even meet Vincenzo yet. I can't wait till you meet him, bro. Oh my God, he looks just like Chris. He looks just like me.
Yeah, that's why your addiction and recovery shows. I've been watching. I watch them all the time. I suffer with.
My daughter's 10.
Yeah, I suffer with depression and anxiety.
I know. I remember you telling me that. Back in the day.
I did have an opiate problem for 13 years. I kicked that last year and everything. They gave me the Suboxone, but like you said, that wasn't the answer. I took it. I don't eat this shit. You know what I mean?
Good for you.
And so I'm clean off that.
I take Prozac. I take Prozac. 10 milligrams.
I take Sapris. 5
I don't know what that is.
It's under your tongue for antidepressant medication. You know.
Okay.
What's it called?
Sapris.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
How does it work? It works good?
It goes under your tongue, so it's faster acting, you know?
Oh, nice.
I mean, I don't know if it works. So,
you know what, bro? I've been through so much trauma and PTSD. I needed to take something.
I wouldn't wish depression on anybody because it's worse than a physical pain.
Oh, yeah.
I had 6 major surgeries. I broke my neck, 2 knee replacements, and 2 back surgeries. And I physically beat that therapy-wise, working out, getting in shape.
Good for you.
That. Mental illness is 1,000 times harder than that.
100%. Nobody knows that. People don't realize that.
I agree.
Nobody understands that. Nobody understands.
Nah, Frank, you're a warrior, man. You're a fucking warrior, Frank.
I wouldn't wish
I have major depressive disorder, and I agree 100%.
Yeah, it's worse than physical pain.
It is worse than physical pain, and it will hurt you physically. Like your whole body hurts.
Listen, like just do it. They do a study.
55 years old. I feel like I'm 80.
Listen. If you put negativity into your mind and around you,
that they teach you that in therapy and everything.
Yeah. It's just a study.
All the quotes, all the breathing exercises, all the positiveness. You try it, but it still creeps up.
The counselor told me, look, do negative rap music, kill this, kill that, do negative people around you for a week, and then you know what? Put positive shit on. Put shit that you're gonna do well with, shit that's gonna pump you up, and see how you do. And it's just amazing how you do when you have positivity around you. It's nuts. It's great.
No, it makes sense, but it's hard when the depression takes over that. Like
you got to counteract that, Frank. You got to do things. You got to work out. You got to
covering your, suffocating you.
Yeah, no, Chris. Frank is right, bro. I've been through it. There's nothing you could do when you're clinically depressed.
Yeah, nothing.
There's nothing you could do.
Yeah,
FBS. I've been through tragedy my whole life. You think I'm not clinically depressed, bro? That's why I did drugs.
No, clinical depression and being sad are 2 different things.
Yeah,
completely.
No. Absolutely.
Well, so what's the difference? Explain the difference then.
Clinical depression is something that happens to your mind. It's completely out of your control. Like when I was first diagnosed with clinical depression, I was having some of the best fucking years of my life. I couldn't have been happier. I had the most beautiful girlfriend. I was making 100%. A ton of money. I had a lot of good friends. And then one day I just woke up and I felt like I was going to fucking die. And I was bedridden for I don't even know how long. And it turned into
Chris, if I sit in the bed sometimes and I don't want to get out of bed, because I'm worried about negative shit that's going to happen. Do I have that?
You might.
It's hard to say.
It's a lot of
it happens once a week. To me, once a week, I don't want to get up for work. I'm like, what's going to happen? The shoe's going to fall because things are going too well. You know what I mean?
It's probably not clinical depression. It's probably, situational, so to speak.
You know what I think it is? I haven't seen you in so long that I'm not able to, you know what I mean? I'm not able to function without seeing my pal. That's what it is. That's probably what it is. You know, I email, I do all types of things. I send smoke signals. Nobody comes. So it's.
I'll hit you up. I promise, man.
I'll wait for it. I'll be there.
Yeah, I know. Don't hold your breath.
Chris,
I wish.
Chris, he's famous now. He's famous.
No, I wish.
You're on your way though.
I knew this guy when he worked a warehouse shift 12 hours and would come home and say, nobody's gonna watch this show But I hope you have a good day. Put some positivity out.
You know
Now
what you gotta do,
famous.
Chris. We gotta get, like, have a get together or something, man.
Yeah, you
Oh,
should.
I know.
You should.
Like everybody within the, whatever. Just have a friggin' like a calm thing, or con, whatever.
That would be nice. That would be nice. I would go.
Jimmy
I'll be there in a second.
Yeah, me
Jimmy
too.
Jimmy
You know,
Calandra was planning something like that for a while, but it never came to fruition. I wish
you could
it
do it
had.
yourself. You could do it yourself.
We can all get Chris's autograph.
Yeah.
You could have everybody there, have like a dinner, and you just
Chris
you
can
show from
autograph.
there,
Chris
live.
can autograph girls' fucking chests and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Drager, I love you, but you keep cutting people off, you fucker.
All right, go fuck yourselves. Hey guys, God bless you. Hope you have a good night.
All right, Drager, I love you.
Good night, guys.
Well,
Hey,
good night,
Frankie,
man.
nice to talk to you. Jesse,
Nice talking to you too, Chris.
Nice
all right,
to
see you
talk to
later,
you
Chris.
too.
Hey, Chris, I'll hold my breath so you email me. All right?
All right, bro. I got
All
you. All right, peace.
FBS, real
Drager's
quick.
hyper. Good.
I don't want to take up too much of your time. I'll let you chat with the guys. I just wanted to tell you real quick. I've been doing these little Buzzy Bee cartoon clips, and they've been kind of popular. People like them. So I was in the chat room telling them I'll drop another one tomorrow if they donate so much by 9:30, and then they hit the mark. And then I said, if you donate $50 more, I'll come on and I'll tell Chris what they are. They're just little Buzzy Bee cartoon clips that I've been doing.
Yeah,
So
they're
I'm
pretty
gonna make
funny,
one.
Jess.
I'm gonna make one about you tomorrow night. I'll drop it at 7 tomorrow.
Yeah, sure. Text me the link because I haven't been watching anything, so I wouldn't, you know what I mean? That's probably why I haven't caught any yet. Text me the link. I'll check it out.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'll give you the preview of yours before I put it up on the channel.
All right. Thank you, Jesse.
All right, but that's it. That's why I was like kind of bribing your little audience there to give you donations.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. It helped. Thank you.
But all right, guys. Great talking to you guys. I'm gonna drop back into chat now. Bye, guys.
All right.
All right, take care,
All right.
Jesse.
See ya.
I'll say, Jess.
Yeah, Frank, listen, man, I want to thank you. And you guys can hang out as long as you want. I'll stay on for a while. But I want to thank you for all the kind words you said, man. Trust me.
No,
right now I could use
because
hearing some positivity.
The whole
about
thing is like, I've been here from the beginning. You never once, ever argued or started a fight with any content creator.
No.
I came on because I could relate to Frank.
You never started anything with anybody. Period.
No.
All your mob tube and through listening in the world, he never ever started anything with anybody at all. Never.
I never had to. There were so many fucking people coming after me.
I
all
remember
the time.
when like it was you and Lee, and I remember I was talking to you, and then I was like watching Lee, and I'm like, you guys got to get together, remember? And then like you interview each other, but Lee was he's a snake oil salesman. You know what I mean? He's a wrestling kind of guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all about making up stuff in the wrestling world or whatever, But the time, and then he started with you first. He started with you first. You know what I mean? For the original seed, and then it all just went crazy. You never said anything to anybody. All of mob tube, you can. It's coming from the truth. I know,
but if you listen to these, if you listen to all the other content creators, man, I am the bad guy. I am the reason for all the trouble on MobTube.
No, and there'd be no MobTube without you. What would there be? What would there be?
Well, thank you.
Think
man.
about
I
all
appreciate
the channels you created, all the channels that I created, bashing you for no reason whatsoever.
I know.
Now do you get nasty and you say things that are mean and stuff like that? But it's not worse than everything they did to you. You know what I mean?
No, you got to fight fire with fire.
Yeah,
that's why I said I don't even like doing it. I might be the only person on here who felt like shit afterwards.
Like if say you were saying shit about me or about me bad, I would have to come on there like, what's your problem, bro? Right? Like, stick up for you. They can't even stick up for themselves.
I know.
They can't. They lost. They never grabbed the link and fight back with you.
Nope.
With their words.
And
then they got to come with 5 people with bats and shit to try to beat you up physically, and you take on that.
Yep, I know.
You've done nothing wrong. Nothing that I've ever seen. You know.
Well, that's why, I've realized now that it's like, and trust me, I know that even walking away from all that and just doing different things like I'm doing now, I know that that won't even put a dent in it. But at least then nobody can say shit like, oh, well, you keep fighting with them, or oh, it's you're inviting it, or oh, you want to go back and forth with people. Nobody can say shit when I'm sitting here talking about fucking Joey Merlino and Dom Cicale and shit like
There
that.
you go. Yeah.
They still will, but it won't matter. It won't matter.
No, they're gonna jab you and poke you and poke you and poke you and poke you. They've been doing that for 2.5 years. They poke you and poke you and poke you and poke you, and you got to fucking lay it on them.
Yep, absolutely. And then they cry and bitch and moan after I kick the shit out of them.
Yeah, I mean, you destroy them. Nobody's ever debated you that I know of that did anything that was close or anything.
Nope, not really. I appreciate all the kind words. What's up with you, Robert? We didn't get to hear from you yet.
Yeah,
by the way,
nothing. I just stopped on to say hello.
It's not your fault, Frank. It's just we were having a
Frank
chat.
was talking, and I actually related to a lot that he said. About being addicted and then trying the Suboxone in the beginning. It just wasn't working for me either. But I've been here since day one too, watching your shows.
Yeah, you got a lot of loyal subscribers, man. Still, the core still here. From the beginning that I know of. Yeah, the core.
Yeah, you're right. I'm very lucky that way, man. Very lucky. Crypto Crotch, sure, you could bring Hootie. Why not, bro?
I just popped in to say hello, dude. I wasn't nothing really to say. So.
Oh, all right, it's up to you. You can hang out if you want. What do you guys think? Let me get your opinions. You're not in a rush, are you, Robert B?
No.
I want to get your opinions. What do you think about this Joey Merlino, Dominic Cicale thing? Do you think this is wildly entertaining, or you think it's going to turn bad, or what?
I mean, the show was good. I enjoyed your show about it, but I didn't watch either one of them, so I don't know what.
I haven't watched it either yet. No.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
You guys should catch up on that. Have you watched Joey at all?
I don't dislike him for any reason. I just not really interested in. I don't spend all day.
That last night. That's
I don't spend all day on the computer. I come on and watch your show. Maybe
that's the thing. I don't. Yeah, I'm the same. Like I don't watch a lot of MobTube anymore. Like I've watched you from day one, and I don't really watch anybody else really.
I flip it on from time to time on the phone, but I don't like sit down and watch it all day long or nothing.
I popped a couple of the sit down show because he seems like a cool guy. I watched it, but I'm not subscribed or anything. Yeah.
Who, Jeff? You mean?
No, the stand-up guy. He
I thought you said the sit down. Oh, okay.
No, I'm subscribed to the sit down. Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, stand-up guy's a funny motherfucker.
Yeah. He's ruthless too. He's ruthless. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm going to probably get bashed for this, but I do enjoy the John A-Light show too.
Well, it's
funny. He still?
I'm one of the few that
I used to like John A-Light, but you know what's funny, Chris? Like, remember, like how A-Light was a nobody. Then all of a sudden he became famous after all these wannabes came out. All of a sudden now he's like really a legit mobster.
Well, you were kind of personally, you were friends with him, right?
No, I Facebook friends and stuff and everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and stuff like that. But hold on, I'm on the phone. My son. No, Facebook friends and everything in the beginning. But a lot of things he said though, kind of turned out to be kind of right in a way. Not like the exaggerated things, but a lot of things that he said though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's we went extra hard on him in the beginning without a fucking doubt. And it's still, there's still, it's unfortunate, but the majority of the shit he says is absolute bullshit, but there is some truth under there. And if he just stuck to just what he was, his real role on the streets and as far as his friendship with the Gottis and stuff, his story would be interesting enough. He did really do some crazy shit. It's just when he says things like I murdered dozens of guys, that's where people get pissed off. It's like, come on, man. But yeah, we had our fun. Fuck it.
No, it was funny. He definitely pushed it. He definitely went off MobTube or whatever. He got him off there.
Yeah, does he still he still does shows though, huh?
I used to be I was Patreon with the guy Felix.
He's back with him again.
Yeah. Felix is a good kid. He was like he used to you could call in and talk to him and stuff and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I
he's a
remember that.
good guy, Felix. Yeah, I stopped. I unsubscribed and everything and stuff. So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think. I think a lot of people did. I think his Patreon went down the fucking tubes with all of us tearing him apart. You know.
yeah.
And in the
I don't even
beginning,
think
it
he has
was
it
like,
anymore. I don't even know.
yeah, between me and MRE and even Lee a little bit. I mean, it was pretty fucking brutal.
Yeah, you
Going
were.
after. Yeah, man, it was bad. It was bad. I don't even blame him. You know, it was the smartest thing John could have done was to just kind of leave and go away for a while. You know, and he did. He left for
He
a
keeps
while.
pretty busy though, you know, from what I hear.
God, I mean, the fucking dude is. Yeah, I don't even understand how he's not. Maybe he is, but I mean, I would think he's got to be at least a. You know, he's got to be a millionaire. I mean, the fucking guy is a. He's constantly in fucking documentaries and writing books and
And
fucking
I wonder if he's going to
getting
be in the
interviews.
getting. Remember, I told you about the new Gotti thing. October 18th, the new Netflix series, Getting Gotti, brand new.
You know damn well he is, Frank.
Yeah,
He'll be
but
the
I didn't see
main
him in the
fucking
preview.
person.
They show a little clip of it. He wasn't in it. Well, who's in there? What the hell is his name? I
There's a
forgot.
new Gotti thing coming out.
The one that exposed MRE, originally exposed him. That mobster,
Oh, Panisi.
not Panisi, the other guy, the one that in his chat, he was the one that first dropped the photo of him supposedly.
I thought that was Panisi. Who was that? I don't know.
I forget the freaking guy's name. Was he a Boston mob? Not a Boston mobster.
Oh, Luisi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's in it. Yeah, he's in it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, they probably all got a little piece of it. You know,
Yeah.
fucking
Well,
Franzese is
what could
probably in
they
it too.
possibly talk about in this brand new documentary? What could they possibly do? It's been the same thing from all the documentaries. What could they possibly do, Brady? You got Bruce Mao in it, Gabriel's in it. They're just gonna say, "Give me some new tapes or new words." He said or something.
Well, that's
You
why.
know,
Yeah, that's why I said this shit has gotten so fucking
they got.
boring
You know
with
what they
me.
got to do is make a movie about Bruce Mao.
Oh yeah.
Make a buy up, Martin Scorsese, how you got this guy, your everyday life, doing what he did. He was the first guy to fucking get them.
Yeah.
He had like 8 people. He took over a crew. They fired everybody. They started off with like 8 people in 1980. They didn't know
Yeah.
anybody. You know
You
what I
know,
mean?
Bruce Mel, the thing about him, like he was one of those people, like anytime you even see him in an interview, you know he's the type of guy that never even cracks a smile, just a prick through
Yeah,
and through. You
he's
know?
getting old. He's aging like a motherfucker because you're watching all the documents since the 90s, you know, and he's in
Yeah.
this one with the same fucking shit he talks about. Like, give me some new fucking angles, give me some new things, new tapes, new words, something, man. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because, I mean, I'm gonna watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna, you know,
I
learn from
might
it.
yeah, I might check it out just for for something to talk about,
Yeah.
Well, that's
But
the thing. They make this stuff, but they know it's been done before, but they know people are going to watch it.
Yeah.
well, yeah, and especially now that you have this, like a lot of people think nobody's watching, but people are watching this
Well, you
shit.
know what they do?
There's
They
no
bring
doubt
it to a
about it.
new generation of people. You know what I mean? This was our generation. I'm 55 or whatever. Now they're
Yeah.
trying to bring it to younger people to keep the legend going. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, yeah, and right here, I mean, they see things like Sammy's channel. Forget these smaller channels, Sammy's channel and stuff, and they know, like right there, between him and Franzese, and I'm sure they share a lot of the same subs, but I mean, there's a million fucking people at least. You know what I mean? That are into this shit still. They know it. They know they can always make money off of it. I think John Gotti will be talked about, and the mafia too, until the end of fucking time. But
yeah,
um,
he's the Elvis Presley of the mafia. You know what I mean? He's just
yeah.
he's gonna be. You know, he's an icon in a strange way, but he's an icon. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, he is. Let me see something here. Joey Frakes, that's not your aren't you usually in like purple or something? Well, you are a member. No, you're blue usually, right? Why are you green today? The fuck? I'm just making sure this is the real Joey Frakes. Yeah, man, people will always want to see this shit to some extent, but it's not going to be like it was, like the best movies and shit were already made, I think,
Oh, yeah.
honestly, and stuff like that. It's, I don't know. I don't think it'll ever be as important as it was to like our generation.
Yeah, it was a different world back then too. You know what I mean? Now you can get better jobs today. You know, there's more education. It's a different world. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, man, for sure. All right, well, listen, guys. I think I'm probably
Yeah.
going to shut it down. Thank
All
you,
right.
thank you both for coming on.
Yeah,
You're
thank
welcome
you.
on here anytime, both of you guys, everybody.
Yeah, good talking to you, Frank.
Thank you. Nice to you too, Robert. Take care, Chris.
All right, guys. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, I'll let you go,
buddy.
Chris. Have a good night, brother.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
All right.
Good night.
Yep. All right, Robert. Talk to you soon.
Where's the X at?
I'll get you. Hold on. Here we go. All right. Now, that was cool, man. That was cool. I'm just getting tired, but I appreciate, Frank, your donation, your kind words, and just for coming on the panel and shooting the shit with me. I appreciate it a lot, man. And Robert, too, and Jesse, thank you. I'm just a little beat, and I'm in fucking pain. My tailbone is killing me, and I just want to fucking lay down. So I'm gonna let me see something real quick. Oh shit! Wow. Somebody just sent me a picture of someone who looks fucking absolutely terrible, but I won't get into who it is. All right, thank you guys. Thank you everybody. We got 137 people still. It's 10:30 on a Friday night. It's not actually bad. No trashing anybody. No fucking craziness. I like it this way. I really, really do. I like the discussion of this whole fucking Joey, Gene, Dom thing. I saw Dom took down the Gene Borello episode. That's, I gotta say, that's Gene. That's not like people were bitching at Dom or I guess trying to accuse him or something. That's not Dom. I know Gene. Gene will do that. He'll come on your show and go fucking bonkers, and then the next day he might regret it. He's never really done it with me, but I expected him to a couple of times. And he's because he flies off the handle and he's got a short fuse and stuff. He'll say things and then regret them, like many of us do. So it sucks that episode was taken down. And I know Dom didn't want to do it, but you got to respect your guests. I do the same thing. I've had people say to me, please take that down completely or just edit my part out or something. And I've done it plenty of times over the last, 2 years and 3 months, whatever. But I look forward to more, and for my own selfish reasons, I hope this continues. I don't want it to get ugly. I'm not saying nothing crazy, but the little shots back and forth, it makes for good fucking conversation for the rest of us. Thank you, Albert, the truth-telling alligator. Me too. Let's see. Dom Cicale has been dropping some news stories and details to known stories. He dropped an interesting version of the Orlando. Oh, is that right? I didn't know that. See, I don't listen to just his mob content, and that's it has nothing to do with him. That's just me. I don't listen to mob content. I don't. Somebody came in here yesterday, and they're like, "Oh, you the comment about it being corny. Oh, you talk shit about mob content. Now you're doing mob content. That's corny. I am." Really? Because I haven't seen myself do mob content in a long fucking time. So now that's the new rule. If I talk about Joey Merlino and his new podcast or Dom Cicale, then I'm doing mob content. Okay, whatever you want to call it. We change the definitions to words all the time here on MobTube. Well, I don't. But many of the other content creators do, and subscribers as well. So why not? Whatever you say I'm doing, you're right. You know me better than I know me. You know what took place last Wednesday better than I know it. You know everything about me better than I do. You guys are experts on FBS, and I don't know shit about me. Yes, Friday the 13th, and it was a good goddamn show. I mean, 2 hours and 18 minutes, not fucking bad. Yeah, he did. I heard him say that. Joey asked his nephew why he learned to curse so much. The kid said, between you and my fucking father. What do you expect? Is that what he said? Drum Capella, I didn't even catch that. Now that's fucking funny. That's funny. I can relate. My mom never. My mom was always a lady, but my fucking father, holy Madon, Jesus Christ, every fucking other word out of his mouth. Not when he was like, He was when he was working and shit and around people socially, so to speak, at least strangers, he wasn't cursing like that. But when he was around his friends and his family, oh my God. Every other word was fuck, especially when he was pissed off. You want Merlino to address his uncle. Yeah, and I saw that came up today on Dom's show. I don't think he will, but maybe he will. You know what he's going to say is not going to be pretty. We'll see. But that's the kind of question I think Joey's probably trying to avoid. War, thank you, man. I will, Mini 560. Thank you so much. That's right, Mary, but other people don't understand that. Did she, Mark? Now, mine, did I say Mary before? Wait a minute. Mark, why was I reading that as Mary the whole time? Am I losing my fucking marbles here? I apologize. Mark, oh my God, my mom cussed like a sailor. Yeah, my mom didn't really, unless, I guess there was a time she did, like if she was fighting with my dad or something, maybe, but it was never really that bad, but my dad, holy fuck, man, everything, everything out of his mouth. That's why, the little bit of Italian I know is like insults and, curse words, because, and phrases that are fucking insults and curse words are a part of them. That's what I learned as a kid. Yeah. In Italian and English. All right, guys, listen, let me thank everybody. Anonymous sent me $6. I don't want to say who you are because you don't want me to say who you are. Cat D, Stephen Cordell, Joey 67, 100 PBA, Frank Gerard Fratello Productions, Midwest Mafia Productions, Sally, Danny Green, Jesse Roth, Sven Larson, Midwest Mafia Productions again, and Danny Green again. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate you and every one of you just for being here and supporting me. If you want, click the like button. Let's start doing that. Why not? Click the like button for me. I'd appreciate it. And if by any chance any of you are not subscribed, please subscribe. We'll be doing more shit like this in the future. Okay? I love you all, and until next time, salute.